guys, welcome back to the Cocco channel and the continuation of horror stories, moving on into the dating. So, if you missed last week's, I will link it down below. It kind of like is a segue into this from retail to dating. So you guys know this boyfriend I met when he fixed my janky dirty bowl of guacamole tattoo. I know you guys are probably thinking, why am I filming in a jacket? But it's kind of cold in my mom's house. And this is my favorite leather jacket. So anyways, this guy. So we met that night, and like I told you, he was in an apartment doing tattoos, you know what I mean? He was he was licensed and everything. He just didn't want to work in a shop. He wanted to do like his own thing. So that night when we went over there, this dude had a girlfriend and he had a 1-year-old little boy when we went over there. So he was like, you know what I mean? I wasn't even looking at him like that. Like, of course I thought he was attractive, but he wasn't like something that I thought about just because he had a girlfriend and a child, you know what I mean? That's just not what I think of, like, ooh, I want to date him, you know what I mean? So we, I can't remember when that was that we did like the tattoos and I met him. And then for my 21st birthday, you know, this time, by this time obviously I'm working at Converse. I was working at Converse when I met him the first time. But anyways, so for my 21st birthday, my coworkers who at Converse, you know, I was close with a lot of them. I loved them. We were like super close. So they decided to, you know, this is in Las Vegas. They decided to take me to a strip club for my 21st birthday. Now, before I get any like further into stories, especially with this series, like the dating, you guys are gonna probably not believe me on a lot of this stuff. Like, what you see now, Brittany, is like a complete 180 from then Brittany. Like, I was an idiot as a young adult. Like, I really was. I made really bad decisions, you know, did really bad things. Not really bad, you know what I mean? Like illegal or, you know, well, yeah, I did illegal stuff, but I was never in jail or into hardcore drugs or anything like that, you know what I mean? Or drugs at all. I never did drugs. Anyways, I just want you guys to realize that, like, obviously I learned lessons and stuff like that. I don't want it to like change your opinion about me or anything. You know, everybody has lessons, trials, and tribulation, you know what I mean? So anyways, for my 21st birthday, my coworkers took me to a strip club, which I know some of you are probably like, but you know, it was a good time. It was a lot of fun, a lot of drinking. And so Gyro, remember that little New Yorker, he brought this guy, what should we call him? Because he is such an ass. Let's call him Ass. Why not? So he brought Ass with him to the strip club. And so after, I think it was after the strip club, we went to an actual club. So, what was I saying even? So after we went to a club, so Ass's brother worked at this club, and so we like had free drinks, you know what I mean? And so I honestly couldn't even tell you what transpired between me and him that we decided that we were going to start dating, because he was still living with his girlfriend, but he told me that they broke up. He told me that they were separated, and even though that was like the, you know, mother of his child. So like I said, I don't know how it happened, how we like ended up like exclusive or anything like that. Like, I really don't remember how it happened. I don't. So anyways, let's talk about a specific story, shall we? Okay, so I work at Converse. Now, the way Gyro knew Ass is Gyro's friend that he was really close with lived below, I can't remember if who he knew first, Ass or the guy that lived below him, but the guy that lived below him was with this chick, and I couldn't even remember their two names. I really couldn't. But they had a couple of kids together too, but they weren't married or anything like that. But they were like a super fun couple that we used to hang out with, me and Ass. And that's like, you know, how Gyro from work, I can't remember, I'm pretty sure he knew the dude downstairs who hung out with Ass. And so Ass texts me one day, I'm at work, and was like, we're going out with that couple. I really can't remember their names. And we're gonna be at this you know, restaurant, see if you, it was a bar restaurant, like see if you can get out early. And so I'm pretty sure I was supposed to close that night, which on days that you would close, you wouldn't get out of there until like 10 o'clock, you know what I mean? And they were leaving. So I knew that if, you know, they were gonna leave at like 5, by the time I got off, like they would probably already be done drinking and having fun. And as a 21-year-old, that's just not fair, right? You know, I didn't want to be at work. I wanted to be off and drinking and doing, you know, that. So being an idiot and super, you know, idiotic, basically, I come up with this big, huge, grand scheme, basically, and lied, saying that I didn't feel well and I needed to go home and I just absolutely felt awful, you know. So the store manager lets me go, and so I just jet right on up to this place. Well, Ass had another friend who, his name was June, and June was just the complete opposite. Like, he's a perfect example of, like, you cannot judge a book by its cover, right? He was 6 foot, maybe 8, big, like probably like 280, like big black guy, like, and you know what I mean? Like, it's true, and it's not like a racist thing or anything like that, but like when you see someone like that, you know, you're kind of like, ooh, you know what I mean? Somebody big like that. I don't care if he was black, white, Mexican, like you see somebody that big, like, you know, you're kind of a little bit like, ooh, you know, you kind of take a step back. But he was just the biggest sweetheart to me anyways. He was just so much fun too, and you know, he had kids and like 4 different baby mama drama going on, you know what I mean? And him and Ass were best friends because, wait for it, both of them are members of the Cribs, which is like the blue gang. What was I doing? What was I doing with my life? So they're like BFFs because they're both blue, is all I could remember. Like, I don't even know if it was crib with a B or crib with a P. I don't know. I don't know gang terminology or any of that. Although I'm gonna have plenty of stories that have gang involvement. So anyways, we're all at this restaurant and, you know, with the couple, and we are having the best time. Just eating and drinks are flowing, and this girl, I wish I could remember her name. She was literally an alcoholic. So, you know, you see somebody just like taking shots and like it's water, you know what I mean? Like, she's literally just drinking it. Like, and so I'm like, I could keep up with her. No, I cannot. No, I can't. So I get absolutely annihilated. Blackout drunk. Yep. Yes, I did. So drunk, okay? Mind you, this is when we all moved out of the apartment and I was still living at the house with my parents before I moved in with M. It's this, or no, after M kicked me out and all that, you know what I mean? So I'm living at home with my parents, and my brother had come home, was at home. Yeah, so my brother was at home, and him and I, like, were kind of getting along at that moment because I remember specifically that him and I were going to Disneyland that weekend. Like, Ass and I hadn't moved in together yet or any of that. Like, we were just like dating kind of, and like going out and having fun, you know what I mean? Which always involved drinking. It involved drinking a lot. So anyways, I am so drunk that like I can't even walk, you guys, and I don't even remember this. Like, I'm so blackout drunk. Like, I don't remember any of this. So June was kind enough to drive my car. Ass was in his car, and they like took me home. June literally, because he's this big huge guy, was holding me fireman style, right? And it's probably like midnight or maybe a little bit later, and he rings the doorbell, and my parents, I don't remember if it was my mom, I'm pretty sure it was my mom, answered the door. Can you imagine opening the door to a like almost 7 foot tall, 300-pound black man holding, you know what I mean, your daughter? Like, my mom about shit her pants, you know what I mean? And so I like ping pong up the stairs. Mind you, this is my mom telling me this. I ping pong up the stairs into my room and pass out, you know, obviously. So many lessons learned there. So the next morning I wake up and, you know, at 21 you don't really get hangovers that bad. Or at least I didn't. I didn't start getting hangovers until I was like 23, and then I couldn't even like handle my liquor like at all. So anyways, I wake up and I have to work that day, right? I'm pretty sure I had to close again, which you didn't have to go until 1, and you know, anytime you drink, you sleep until about 10 or 11, maybe even later than that. And so I remember waking up and my mom was so mad at me, she wouldn't even talk to me. She wouldn't even talk to me, she was so mad, which I wouldn't either. So then, you know, I go and look in my car and I can't find my purse. And I'm like, oh my God, you know, oh my God. And so I'm like looking for it everywhere, and then I can't find my phone. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you know. And, or maybe I did have my phone. I think I might have had my phone. So I call Ass and I'm like, dude, where's my purse? And he was like, I have no idea. Like, I don't know. And I just knew that June wouldn't have taken it. And so I'm like telling Ass, like, you need to freaking find out, dude, because that's my shit. You know what I mean? And it sucks because I had just cashed my paycheck because me and my brother were going to Disneyland that weekend. And it was a pretty hefty check, but with my brother, I paid for everything. So I was gonna pay for the tickets, which I think we did a 2-day pass, park hopper. Plus I would pay for all the food, all the souvenirs, the gas down there, and everything like that. So it was like over or close to $1,000 because I made pretty good money at Converse as a manager. So anyways, that was in there. Not to mention my ID, my bank card, you know, all of this. And mind you, I'm like going on vacation this weekend. So I'm freaking out. So Ass calls me back and tells me that he remembers me leaving it in his car. Well, it's not technically his car. He shares it with his ex-girlfriend, who he still lives with and is the mother of his child. Okay, put yourself in her shoes. If you see your baby daddies, you know what I mean, who's still living with you, girlfriends or whatever, plaything, you know, I don't know what to call myself, purse in the car, like, what are you gonna do? I personally don't think I would have done what she did, which is she tells him that she threw it out the window while she was driving that night. Like, he came back home and she took the car to go do something, and she said she looked over and saw it and threw it out the window. Now, she probably didn't mention the fact that she probably took all my cash. So I get on the phone with her, I get a hold of her, and I'm like, where did you drop it, you know? And she's like, I can't really remember. And I'm like, you are full of you know what. I had this amount of money in it. And she's standing right there next to Ass, you know what I mean, on the phone. And I'm standing right here with my brother. So she goes, you're a liar. I went through your wallet and you had a deposit slip. You deposited. And I was like, you're full of shit. I have, you know, there's no way I did a deposit. I'm going on vacation this week. That doesn't even make any sense. There should be oh, I know what it was. It was a withdrawal slip because I had direct deposit. And so I just took that out immediately. You know what I mean? Like, out of the ATM. I didn't cash a check. Like, I had direct deposit and took all of it out. And so I was like, you're full of shit. I wouldn't have had a deposit slip. I have direct deposit. I wouldn't have had you know, so you're a freaking liar. Mind you, the language is much more colorful than this. So my brother takes the phone out of my hand And he starts to cuss her out, you know what I mean? He's like, first he was like super nice, which I was really surprised. He's like, listen, you know, I don't know what your beef is with my sister. Like, I understand that you were with this dude and that's whatever. He's like, but I need you to, you know what I mean? Like, tell me where my sister's purse is. Like, she has stuff in there from, you know, when she was a child. Like, he made up all kinds of shit. Like, she has stuff in there. Like, just tell me where you know, dropped it out the window. She's like, I don't remember. So then he got really pissed and he started cussing her out. So ass said to come over and that he would replace the money, like he would pay it out of his pocket. And so I was like, I'm not gonna come over there if she's there, you know what I mean? He's like, no, she has to go to work soon. Why don't you and your brother come over? And he even said he would give my brother a tattoo. And so we get over there and he like gives me the money, and I can't remember, something else happened. And so my brother was like, you know, had his heart set on getting a tattoo, and ass backed out at the last minute, which I don't even remember why. And so I remember my brother was like freaking pissed. Like, I don't know what you're doing with this dude. And I don't even think it had anything to do with the guy not giving him a tattoo. Just the fact that he like went against what he said. Plus he's like living with Psycho upstairs, you know what I mean? And I should have cut it right then and there, but I didn't. I, you know, replaced my bank card, replaced my driver's license. We still ended up going to Disneyland, I'm pretty sure. And that is the first out of many, and probably the least crazy story of what I'm going to tell you over the next couple weeks. You guys are gonna just absolutely die. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm sorry that this is up so late. I'm literally doing it right now. Like, this video is going up as soon as I'm done editing it and everything. Like, today is Friday. And I'm just really behind because of Vlogmas, but hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Let me know if you guys are really excited about dating horror stories. Give it a thumbs up. And if you're new, hello and welcome. My name is Brittany Cocco. You are watching the Cocco channel. Please subscribe if you're not already. And I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!
Let's say hi to Shauna, shall we? Shauna, did you get the Peach Glow palette? Did you get anything? Did you get the blush? Did you get a lip? Did you get anything? This dog and her snoring.